Okay, hi YouTube, still recovering from my sickness, but I have the most brutally honest thoughts you'll ever hear about Overwatch 2 Spotlight. Now, before we watch this video, I just wanted to be clear that if you have been a loyal viewer of mine, you will know what I have wanted for this game, how I've changed my opinions on certain things in this game, and etc. etc. Like you know what my preface is on what I'm looking for with the game. So with that being said, let's review Overwatch 2 Spotlight. Now, to help me, there is this beautiful infographic from Team Overwatch themselves, where it gives us a roadmap of everything that's coming. Check it out on your screen right now. It looks fantastic. Let's start talking about it. Now, there was a lot that was showcased on Overwatch 2 Spotlight, so let's talk about the main kicker, which is that the perk system is coming to Overwatch. Now, the perk system is going to be changing the game forever. It's going to be exciting. It's also going to be a little bit scary. But for the first time ever, it puts life into the chest of Overwatch. It breathes life into Overwatch in a new way. The number one thing that I was begging for over time is I started to realize and understand that as much as I hated Overwatch is never going to be the competitive game that I want it to be from my perspective. They have put a priority on casual players, right? And they want it to be a casually competitive game. Guys, there is a massive difference of a game being competitive and then being casually competitive. And there's nothing wrong with either of that. What I was confused about was that in the past few seasons of balance patches, or this past few years actually, they always try to, appeal to both sides. But now I've started to understand that, okay, they finally picked a certain side. They want to remain casually competitive and they're leaning into that direction and they're putting a priority on having fun. So with that perspective, I adjusted my expectations. I tried to just, make peace with it and just try to enjoy whatever it has to offer. So the perks that are coming in, I have a lot of nice things to say about it. I said it a lot in the live stream in yesterday's video. If you've not checked it out, do check it out. We had a great time. The VOD is up on my channel. If you just go to the channel and click live, it is there. But the most interesting thing about the perk system is, well, it offers for a lot of unique build variety, a lot of adjustments on the fly in terms of what's happening in the game, how you can like build into it to have a better experience, which I think is fantastic. It makes your heroes feel even stronger and like superheroes, which is finally. But my major concern with the perk system is certain characters feels like they have useless perks. Now, you guys know I'm a Genji main, okay? And soon I'm also going to be a Freya main, and I can't wait to be a Freya main because she literally looks like everything I've ever wanted in a specific projectile DPS category. But we'll talk about Freya in another video. When it comes to Genji, he has two useless perks. One is the deflect perk. The other perk is your dash is going to reset your double jump. The deflect perk basically allows you to heal yourself when you put it up for about, I think, 25 or 50 healing a second if I remember by memory. It's pathetic, okay? And there's more than enough healing creep coming into the game because of the perk system as well, because now certain tanks will be able to heal their team, which is crazy when you think about it. So all that being considered, why would you ever choose the dash into resetting your double jump or deflect healing yourself when you can build in a Genji in a way where you get lifesteal on Dragon Blade, and if you get an Elim and you start doing dash resets, you start making the opponents bleed for 25, which is pretty damn good. So from that perspective, the way I basically look at it is Genji only really has one build. And my point is I really hope they're able to see and realize which perks are just not working in the game or are useless, and in a timely manner are able to change them or adjust them in a way where they do offer, strategic building. Because right now, for some characters, it feels like you can just build them in one direction and not worry about the other, right? Then there's characters like D.Va in the perk system, where honestly D.Va just feels like all she got was quality of life changes. It doesn't really feel like any of this is like actual changes to her gameplay, except for like one major ability, which is like she'll be able to shoot bigger rockets at a slower pace. So she's a little bit more lethal. So outside of that, that's where my concern is. Now, for example, a character like Reinhardt Echo, Pharah, they actually have build variety because their perks are crazy in what they can offer, right? You can build Ryan in a lot of different ways. A charge playstyle, a shield bash playstyle. It's really exciting. I mean, Pharah also gets a grab on a cooldown that we saw in the video. So from that perspective, I really like perks. I think I'm willing to give it a chance. It's the first time ever where I just can't wait to play Overwatch again. Perks alone made it super exciting for me because the number one thing Overwatch needed was an excuse for us all to kind of just relearn the game again. And that's what, might make the game a lot more enjoyable. And it also makes the game feel unsolved, because we might think one build is strong and then another build is strong. And it allows us to play our favorite heroes and stay with them and perhaps adapt to a situation. But the perks have to be good. So far, perks, big fan. Looking forward to seeing how they implement them, and very excited for it. Now, the one thing that I'm not a fan of realizing in the video that we watched is, sadly, it seems like the Season 9 changes are here to stay. Okay, look, I have gotten over the Season 9 changes. I've decided that I'm going to try and make some peace with it, but I would still appreciate if the balance team was a little bit more consistent about certain philosophies. So now Alec Dawson has always said that he wanted like more knobs to turn so it could help him with balancing things out. I'm willing to see how the balance will look like with perks in the game. So I've pretty much I'm going into this looking at this as the official start of Overwatch 2. If you guys think about it, we've been beta testing Overwatch 2 for a very long time. Okay, this Season 15 is genuinely the restart Overwatch needed, right? It is literally an evolved game now. So now the 2 is justified. But the main thing that I care about, okay, is, okay, maybe I don't want to see a fully balanced game, because Marvel Rivals made me realize, okay, I kind of want everybody to be a little bit silly so everybody can have fun in their own way and just, enforce the whole pop-off moments. I want to see the balance lean into this type of direction where they feed into the hero philosophy and hero fantasy rather than, oh my god, this hero is doing a little bit too much, right? Which is why I have some concerns, because when I look at the perks for Doomfist or Hazard, they look incredibly strong, and then I look at the perks for some other characters and I'm like, oh, this really doesn't do anything. So really hope that this type of stuff is figured out over time. Now, moving on over to the next big grandiose reveal, which was loot boxes are returning. Now, loot boxes returning is amazing, because they're returning in the most fair way possible. No, you cannot purchase loot boxes, but what you can do is earn them for free. Yes, you heard it here correct. You are earning loot boxes for free. You will earn them in the battle pass, you will earn them in event missions, and you will earn them in different challenges, and you never know, you might earn them in Twitch rewards too. So there is going to be a lot of opportunities to get skins for free. Now, one thing that I got wrong, that I'm always happy to admit when I'm wrong, because the whole point of being a human being is you'll always make mistakes. But the best part about being a human being is that we're smart enough to realize when we make a mistake, admit we make a mistake, learn from it, and then share our knowledge. So I admit my mistake. I didn't know this because they didn't clarify it. They clarified it in some streams and interviews, and now I get to share my knowledge with you guys. The loot boxes are going to have, wait for it, shop skins in the loot boxes. Yes, you heard it again, correct. The shop skins from Overwatch 2 are going to be in the loot boxes, but on one small condition. The current season's shop skins are not going to be in the loot boxes, but every season prior to that will have skins in the loot boxes. So, for example, we are in Season 15. That's when the loot boxes come back. All the shop skins that are in the shop will not be in this loot boxes that we will earn. However, when we go to Season 16, all the shop skins in Season 15 will be put in the loot boxes for us to roll and get a chance to unlock. Okay, simple, understood. Got any questions? Ask me in the comments down below. This is the biggest dub Overwatch has ever done. Now, personally, I would really like if you could also get loot boxes for your account progression. I think the best way to farm loot boxes had always been back in the day when you leveled up in Overwatch and you got a new loot box and you stacked them up. That's what I would do. And at the end of the week, I would open up all my loot boxes, all excited, like I got 10-15 loot boxes, I'm pulling skins, I'm a happy boy. So I would like to see them do that, okay? I like what they are doing so far. They've brought them back. I'm sure there's like some legal or weird issues that they have, because I know loot boxes are kind of banned in some countries, so I'm sure this is probably the best workaround that they've figured out. But the fact that they actually listened to us and did this, guys, it's a massive dub. So far, everything has been a massive dub, okay? There's a competitive reset that's coming with new competitive rewards. I have to say, the team did a fantastic job on galactic weapons. They look absolutely amazing. They look so much better than what the garbage Jade was, okay? And for free earnable rewards to just playing the game competitively in the competitive game mode, these are some amazing rewards. I'm going to be collecting them for I'll try to collect them for all my heroes. I have a full year. But these are some amazing things to have. Now I just hope we get a Galaxy Genji skin so I have something to match with it, because awkwardly he doesn't really have any skin that matches with it. With that being said, we have a lot more that's coming in Season 15. 6v6 competitive and a quick play will come during the mid-season. So that's pretty exciting to try out and play as well. Alongside that, there's going to be a lot of new skins that are coming into the game throughout the next few seasons. We're getting the following new cosmetics throughout the seasons from 15 to 18 and somewhere along. So the 𝐓𝐖𝐈𝐓𝐄𝐇 collab is getting around 2. Juno is getting the mythic skin next season. The mythic weapon next season is Mercy. We're getting hero bands next season along with the new hero Freya. And we'll be getting the theme Doki Watch, which is basically Star Guardian or Sailor Moon aesthetics for Overwatch. I'm a big fan of all that type of stuff, but I have to be a little bit, a little bit realistic here. There's a small part of me that feels like a certain group of people, or certain people of how do I say this? There's a certain group of people in the Overwatch community that enjoy a particular aesthetic, and I kind of feel like Overwatch is exploiting them for money. If you know, you know. I don't want to dig into it too much. I have no problem with Overwatch making their money, but I can't lie that a small part of me kind of feels like, like it's a little bit much. Now moving over to season 17 and beyond, D.Va is getting a new mythic skin, which looks absolutely insane. Mythic weapon for Reaper, which, not going to lie, looks very similar to one of the skins that's already in the game. And then we're getting the OWCS Mid-Season Championship, which is exciting because I would love to see the game being played, in the OWCS at highest levels, and what all of this looks like with all the evolved abilities and shit. New Flashpoint maps, Atlas, and some other things with map updates. And then finally, we'll be trialing the new hero Aqua. Season 18 will be getting Aqua, and so much more. Point is that Overwatch is loaded for the coming year. And yes, we're gonna have the filler seasons like season 16, where it'll mostly be like, okay, well, season 16 is not the filler season. Technically, this coming season should have been the filler season, but they got perks coming in, so the game for 15 and 16 will feel pretty damn fresh. So the next 4 months of Overwatch are going to be very interesting and fresh. Right? Season 17 and beyond might be where the game begins to slow down a little bit, but they said everything that they've shown us so far is only half of what's coming. So there's still a lot of surprises in the store that we've not seen yet. With that being said, I'm really happy to see the Overwatch development team finally really bounce back. My only small criticisms here and there is I would really like to see them commit to a philosophy. I don't want them to pick and choose which hero gets what, how we do this, how we do that. I'm willing to give them a soft restart with the perk system, but then depending on how they balance with the perk system and a philosophy that they follow, they have to commit to it. That's my only line of criticism that I have for them. Outside of that, the ball is in their court. They took their shot and they won a lot of respect back from the community. So like I said, Overwatch is casually a very good game. It is a very good casually competitive game. It is geared towards casual players who are semi-casual, semi-competitive. It is never going to be that overly competitive game that we wanted it to be, that perhaps where it peaked at a certain point. The team also kind of dug into this in a Reddit, I saw a Reddit thread where they basically said, like, yes, they want the game to be competitive, but they don't want it to be overly competitive like other games, which I know which games they were alluding to, and that's completely fine. So understanding the team's vision and a philosophy for Overwatch going forward, I think the sooner you make peace with what the game is and just play it to enjoy it, the more fun you're gonna have with it. Like I said, I also hate doing negative content on Overwatch, but I always call it like it is, and I'm happy that I can finally do something where it's a little bit more exciting and I'm not screaming at my screen basically saying, why did the devs do this and why did the devs do that? Now that doesn't mean that I'm not going to criticize them. We will be talking about, some problems with the perks in tomorrow's video. We will be talking about some other things here and there. We're going to review Freya. We have a lot of content coming to this channel. So guys, if you are interested in more Overwatch content, all you have to do is hit like and subscribe and stick around. We have a lot of videos and a lot of live streams coming your way. And as usual, I don't mind your financial support if you want to do it through PayPal or Patreon or using YouTube Super Chat. But the freest way to support the channel is to use like and subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about Overwatch Spotlight. Let's have a thoughtful and respectful discussion. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.